Now, a lot of people say that he sucks, but I don't know, Kenny. I think Chad Gable doesn't suck. I think he's super impressive because here's something that we both retweeted yesterday. We saw on Twitter. Shout out to Game World for this tweet right here, man. Would you like to read it to the people?
I can't really see it right now, but I can kind of see it. So Cody Rhodes, torn pec, out 7 months.
7 months.
CM Punk. What was it?
Torn tricep.
I can't see it. It's blurry.
Fair enough. 5 months. Yeah, no, you're right. John Cena, herniated disc, 5 months. But Chad Gable, shut in the dome. Back next week. They're not the same, as you can see.
They are not the same, kiddo. So last week we ended Monday Night Raw off with a bang.
Yep.
And now that I think about it, how didn't the people in the arena hear the gunshots? It's kind of insane.
Yeah. Were there gunshots?
Yeah, but they went to the back, right? And we
Yep.
saw some people laid out, blood splat all over the wall. We see Chad Gable, who definitely got shot in the side of his head. No question about it. And WWE makes a decision to say, doctors cleared him. He'll be back on Monday.
After
How do
saying
you feel about this?
he's not going to be back for Monday, he's going to be replaced. And then they quickly deleted that tweet. Like, it feels like to me that they don't know what story they're telling either. Like, they're kind of like doing this on the fly, and that's not good. That's something you definitely don't want to see with the Wyatt 6 storyline. That should be, obviously this is wrestling and you got to adapt on the fly, but they should be planned to the gills, and minor stuff like this shouldn't be happening. I don't know. It's weird.
This is major. I think this is a major.
No. Yeah, the storyline. Oh, okay. Like, I get it. This is a minor aspect of the storyline, but the fact that they did this, I do think it's also major. But let me know what exactly you're thinking, Kenny.
So, I mean, you want to make this group debut with the Impact.
Yeah.
So you have everybody dead in the background pretty much. Now, of course, we know Chad Gable's not dead for real, but you could have kept him off TV for a few weeks. I mean, you had to. You
Exactly.
put him specifically in this spot with the hole in the side of his head, and you bring him back the next week, say doctors cleared him to return.
Mm-hmm. It's kind
I
of
think
crazy.
this was a bad thing. I didn't like it.
I agree. I also don't like the fact that SmackDown was just any other SmackDown. Sure, a lot of cool moments happened in it, but there was nothing of the Wyatt 6. So I guess they specifically hate Raw right now. Like, I saw some pictures because I couldn't catch SmackDown live this week. Like CM Punk laying there in his own blood. And I thought, oh my God, did the Wyatt 6 suddenly attack him? I was like, oh crap. And then no, it's just Drew McIntyre, which again, that storyline is cool. But then why did we have this groundbreaking debut the same week on Raw? Like, it's the same week. At least wait a couple of weeks until you make these kind of, errors. This is kind of crazy to me.
It's out the gate, man. Out the gate. On Monday, I thought they did something very special at the end. I
For
was like,
sure.
I can't wait to see where we go with this. And then on Friday, Chad Gable's coming back on Monday.
Yeah.
But they did do some stuff with the bloodline. I'm sorry, y'all. I know my connection is cooked today. It's Sunday. My internet provider is just not supporting us right now. But they did have some stuff on SmackDown where, like, they had security planted around the building, and I think it was Randy Orton cutting a promo, and they had the Wyatt 6 logo stamped on the door. And I'm like, bro, it's not enough. You end Raw like that, and then we just have a normal SmackDown. Nobody's concerned with what's going on.
Yeah.
It's yikes, man.
I'm concerned with
this man level booking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. Like, it feels the same way as if, like, we have a draft, and then next week the guy was, drafted first to Raw shows up on SmackDown like nothing is ever happening. It's the same thing as that, and it's such a shame because the debut, the night that it happened, like, it felt awesome. It felt exciting. It felt weird. Like, that's the feeling you want to get about wrestling. The same feeling where you don't know what's going to happen next week, but you damn sure that you want to see. You want to go ahead and find out. And stuff like this, it completely ruins it. And, add to the fact that basically maybe the next night or the same night, we had the Wyatt 6 posting pictures on Instagram. Or I think it was a fan that got a picture with them and posted it. So it's a bit of a gray area. But at the same time, they could have, Kenny, this was your idea. They could have taken pictures one by one instead of as a whole group maybe. Or politely decline. I'm sure it's gonna suck for the fan, but like, I just have a very hard, or what do you call it, concrete stance on the fact that in pro wrestling, I know social media exists, but you should never break kayfabe. And stuff like this, it breaks it, especially for a supernatural gimmick like the Wyatt 6.
Yeah.
It does even more damage. So it feels like the people involved in it are not trying to keep it a secret. And then you have the entirety of the WWE creative team doing the stuff that they're doing on SmackDown. Like, why? Why? You're telling us right now with everything that I'm seeing, basically, that this storyline is not that important.
Yeah. I mean, you're right, because you would not have seen The Undertaker in basketball shorts with a T-shirt and a cap on taking a picture with a fan back in the day. You would not have seen Kane in the store with his mask off taking a picture with anybody back in the day. It's just not happening. So this time, I think they did drop the ball. You know what? I get it. You want to be nice to the fans, but I'm just hoping this actually happened. They took this picture before the whole Wyatt stuff, and they were just kind of hanging out together, you know, trying to get that chemistry built up. This guy just posted the picture after, because I hope they didn't leave the arena that night and take the picture with this fan like that, because like you said, man, hey, I grew up in the kayfabe days, brother. So why are you guys blowing it this early?
Yeah. I mean, again, let me make it really clear. This is the age of social media where if somebody breathes a little differently, people immediately pull up their camera and like, oh, something viral might happen. I might get famous on the internet. Yep. And then, you know, you see everything. But just because that's the case, it doesn't mean we should give up entirely on protecting kayfabe, especially, you know, wrestling. Like Hollywood and movies, I think it's completely different. But wrestling is basically the same thing as a magician on a circus. Like, you want to keep your secret as much as possible. Sure, it's still cool to know what the guy is doing, but he's like so talented at doing it that you still want to watch him. But it's never the same, because like, go back to your childhood, everybody. When you thought the drop kicks were real, the punches were real, everything was 20 times more exciting and more effective. And the more they can keep that, the more entertaining and more shocking wrestling is going to be. I mean, for people like us, and probably for you who, you know, you're watching the video right now, you've been watching wrestling for a long time now, and like nothing really surprises you anymore. So I think not keeping kayfabe just helps do that a lot more. Basically, you're not surprised about anything.
But Kato, I'm not 100% down on it. You know, I love the supernatural gimmicks. I love the supernatural characters. I always tell y'all, The Undertaker is my favorite of all time. So I'm willing to chill and see where they go from here, because there's got to be a plan. And I'm sorry again, y'all, my connection is cooked today. It's not usually like this. So smash that subscribe button and catch the videos tomorrow where it's not cooked.
You'll see it. Yeah. But I mean, I agree with you. I'm the same. I was just, the reason I'm, I guess, harping on it a lot is because the debut night was perfect and you could have done even crazier stuff. And it's not the end of the storyline at all. We just started. So maybe they'll, prove us wrong. And even with all these hiccups, it'll be like really good by the end. We don't know. But I want this thing to reach its maximum potential. And stuff like this obviously bugs us a little bit. But I'm the same. I want to see where this goes. Kenny just
froze again. Eyes closed.
Yeah.